What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more trance. We're going to listen to some more progressive trance from the late 90s, though this is quite epic and energetic, meaning it's not mellow or simply euphoric. We're going to listen to a tune originally by Sunscreem. Not familiar with the artist. I think it's a group. I think it's like 3 or 4 people. But we're going to listen to a remix of their track Exodus by Fire and Ice. Fire and Ice is a duo. I don't know a whole lot about them, but they are Belgian, like the label that this comes from, the epic and legendary Bonsai label, though this is the progressive sub-label. And yeah, Fire and Ice produce, or they made a number of releases on XTC Records, which I think is a Belgian label from back then. Again, I don't know too much about them. I don't have any of their releases elsewhere, but this is an excellent remix. And indeed, there's a Push remix on this record. Push also goes by the name Mike. I reacted to his, Energize remix of Workstation, an amazing tune. And normally, if there was a Push remix on a record, I would gravitate toward that remix. You know, people will be familiar, his tune Universal Nation, like an absolute behemoth within the trance scene. But in this case, I think the Fire and Ice remix is actually the best one. So, yeah, I don't know where the vocal comes from, but I really enjoy the vocal, which is funny because over the years I've had an evolving relationship with vocals, especially sung vocals in trance and techno. Originally, I wasn't a huge fan. I've come to be much more positive on them. But even back then, I enjoyed the vocal in this one. So, yeah, let's get it. This is from 1999 on Belgian label Bonsai. The track is Exodus, originally by Sunscreem, though this is the Fire and Ice remix. And unfortunately, about a minute and a half in, 2 minutes in, there's a skip in the early part of the record. At least one of the last times I played this, I remember it skipping, so we'll see. Little wood tap, plink sort of rhythm. Line rolls in like a fog. Because I love that rapid fire cymbal, but my thought as soon as it came in is like, oh, this is where the skip is. Sure enough. I like how leading into the last drop and leading into this breakdown here, it goes for that muffled kick where you know on the way in that it's going to kick up, and on the way out you know it's like leading you. into the breakdown. Kick coming back. It has like a deep forested night feel, and then this deep fried acid riff comes in. I have a very clear memory of playing this track. In this breakdown part, there were a lot of people up front who were like really into it, like eyes closed, like arms up. All of those moments we lost in time. Like tears in rain. Tantalized by surprise. That trance melody is very late 90s trance room goodness. Big build up, big snare roll. I do like that it hangs for a 4 measure, or a 4. Those choral vocal synths, also very late 90s trance. The melodic storm will abate, and it'll go back to that synth bass fog. And the wood tap plinky rhythm. It's a tune. It's kind of tune I think you can use in both hard trance and progressive trance sets. It's got enough of an edge, a hard enough bass line, big enough drop that I think it works in a hard trance set, but enough melody and grace, absolutely, to work in a progressive trance set. And it's got, you know, it's got a little flare of acid, not too much, but enough that you can't not notice it in that lead into the main breakdown. So, even though I don't know if it would quite qualify as acid trance, it certainly has some acid in it, and you can use it in a more melodic or progressive acid trance set. So it's a versatile trance track, is I guess what I'm saying. Again, big shout out to Fire and Ice. It's, you know, a rare thing when a push or a mic remix is not the most notable one on the record, at least to my ears and brain in this case. There's also a remix which I didn't pay much attention to back in the day because it's not trance. It's called the One Drop Acid Mix, and that sounds very intriguing for someone into acid music. But again, as someone who's buying a lot of records, primarily in terms of, you know, I want to play them at trance and techno parties and so on, I just really didn't pay much attention to the One Drop Acid Mix. I've since re-listened to it. It's by Express 2. Don't know who that is, presumably another Belgian trance artist, but yeah, again, it's not actually trance. It's like this down-tempo, jazzy, like, it's acid jazz would be the wrong word because that's a label used for something else, but it's like this jazzy, down-tempo tune with a lot of acid work. So it's a really interesting one. I'll come back and react to it sometime soon. Do let me know what you think of this one. I will see you next time. Peace.